Hi everybody, Sean from Settled. And I want to first thank y'all for continuing to use the software, but today I'm here to tell you about a new module that we have only today, or just today, launched. It's our new Guardian Ad Litem module. The launch is so new that in fact we haven't even changed our banner yet. That should be modified in the next little bit, but let me show you how you use this module. Sometime back, I had some folks contact me and ask me about the availability of software to assist Guardian Ad Litems or Guardians Ad Litem with keeping up and managing their cases and doing billing. So after working with a number of Guardians, this is the software that resulted. When you log onto the site, you'll go to the Guardian Ad Litems and you'll click create a new matter, and that'll ultimately end up building the individual cases. So this is done per case. You know, the Smith case, the Jones case, however you want to title it there, you absolutely can put it there. Information about the case, the plaintiff's name, the defendant's name, the judicial circuit, the county that it's in, docket number, date appointed, date report due, just so you can monitor all of this. This is very critical, and this is one of the things that kind of came about that folks ask about. This software module is designed to keep up with retainer, the fee cap, monitor all of those things. So you put your retainer in, your fee cap, your Guardian rate, and then for those of you that build into your Guardian orders, the ability to bill for support staff time allows you the ability to put that in as well. If there are other professionals in the case, you can have that for informational purposes. Child or children, if there's more children, you just add another child. And then ultimately, when you populate all of that, what you end up getting is a full Guardian matter that allows you to do a number of things. Well, the first thing that notes here is you can come in and we'll put in the information about the parties. This is a case with two parties where the court would have just ordered, in this case, a 50-50 division of the fee responsibility. And again, add a new party, it gives you the ability to put in their name, their contact, who their attorney is, what the attorney's email, maybe any notes that you need about this person, etc. So you put this information in and save it, and then ultimately what you end up with, and I'll show you John Smith first, is when you populate everything, you get their name, their address, their email, the attorney's email, any notes, if you wanted to put the attorney's phone number in or something of the sort, so be it. Allows you to enter the percentage that this particular party is ordered to pay and their retainer. And then as a retainer is paid, it will show what was paid, when it was paid, total payments they've made. I'll show you why that's $3,000 in a second. But as you work through, and I'll show you what I've done here, if you notice, John says paid in green, Sally's, because Sally only paid $2,250 of $2,500, the software is still looking for an additional $2,500 as far as it goes being paid there, so the system will monitor that for you. And then when you come back over here, that's why you get retainer remaining, another $200 need be paid on that. Also, what we can do here is that there's a component in here where we have notes that are put in, and you can create a new note. And this is just allows you to keep notes as you're working the case. Say, for instance, you wanted to put something in from a therapist or a conversation with a party or client, whatever. Even, work that you do internally on the case, you can enter that here, and I've created a note already. A new note done on today's date, you can enter notes here, they can be printed to a PDF, and they can be searched. Well, when you're on the notes section here, you can just enter in as your search box here. You can enter in search terms, and it will search content, headings as well. And then you can ultimately generate a PDF that will be able to print out if you need them, if there was something that needed to go to the court or otherwise. Timesheets and expenses. For anyone that's ever entered time into a particular time management program, this is going to be very similar. The date of your task, a description of your task. If it's done as shared, it's going to go to the default responsibility for the case, in this case 50-50, or if there is something that you were ordered to bill to one party or you feel that should be billed to one party, you have the ability to do it 100% to one individual party. You can bill at the Guardian rate or the support staff rate. You enter your hours. This is a $200 an hour case. If you did 4.75 hours, the program will automatically decide how much that is and enter it on the timesheets. There was here a consultation with the mother, the SS, her initials. You can use that to denote whatever you wanted to, of course. Consultation with the father, 2.2 hours, $440 charge, 2 hours, $400. You also have the ability to keep up with expenses. We pre-did one here on February 17th. There was a charge for medical records that was shared between the parties, $35. Ultimately, you have the ability to go in and show how payments are made here. So there was a retainer payment. There was another retainer payment here. If, for instance, they made this, ended up taking the retainer, the $2,500, you can go ahead and put it in there. It'll have that. It'll certainly keep track of it in the program. I wanted to just show here, for instance, I'm going to get rid of this initially, and then just to show you if you want to enter a new payment from John Smith, just say on, today's date, and that payment was $500. You simply enter it here, and boom, there it is. Shows down here the total amount that's been paid by each. Easy to see here, but if you have a number of payments, it'll track it down here and show you what the total payments were. And then the last thing that you have here is this that says PDF, and that is kind of a master billing overview, if you will. It'll allow you, and you can come through and you can print any of these that you want, the master bill, party 1, party 2, and I'll show you how that breaks down. There have been 2 charges, 2.2 hours for a total of $440 for one consultation, $200 or $400 based on 2 hours for another consultation, and there was a charge for medical records. So a total of $875 has been billed on the case for 4.2 hours plus expenses. Over at the side, on the master bill, you can see all payments that have been made, what the total payments were, and then how much is remaining in the retainer. So if you look here at this charge as being reduced from the retainer, that's what remains. When your retainer hits 0, it'll be noted there. You can replenish if need be. What we then have set it up to do is to look at what John has and to look at what Sally has. So 2.2 hours, John's responsible for 50% of the whole, $220. John's responsible for 50% of the whole for the 2-hour consultation, $200, and then half of the expenses for the medical record. So John's total bill is $437.50. It's taking it out of the retainer, shows you how much is left in John's retainer account. And then for Sally, same thing. Everything's split up. Sally has this much remaining in her retainer taken from that as well too, but still owes $250. So the aggregate gives you what should have been done there as far as it goes. And then you can come through and you can print out any of those if need be. So you could print one for each of them. You print it to a PDF. You can just straight email it to them, print it out and mail it. Otherwise, you can have your master bill if you need to print it out for anything, submission to the court, rules to show cause, or the like. So that is the, and then let me show you one other thing. If you go back to the initial overview, it shows you what the initial retainer was, what the fee cap is, and then you look at the billing time. Why is this important? It has taken the total, the software has watched and taken the total amount that has been billed, $875. And then what it has done is it has looked at what the fee cap is, the $750, and it has determined how much, $7,500. It is looking at how much of that $7,500 remains, so you know that 89% of that remains, which means that through this, you're going to be able to, on all of your cases, monitor as you get close to using all of your fee cap, so you can know which ones you're going to need to bump it up, get trial retainers, ask the court, ask the parties as it goes to be able to increase that fee cap limit. So everybody, that is the Guardian Ad Litem module. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. In the event that you see any issues that need to be addressed, let us know and we'll fix those. Hopefully you won't run into any, but if you do, we'll address them. And more importantly, if you do see anything or can think of anything that you would like to have included as one of the features of the software, let us know. Not only for the Guardian, but as a whole, but particularly on this, if you're thinking you're seeing things Guardian-wise, please reach out and we'll see if we can't integrate that into the program. Again, thanks as always for using Settled. I hope everyone enjoys it.